So, hello everyone. Just checking here. If everything is fine. Yeah, we have a background challenge day 3 today, and if you have received the email, then please click the link and join. If you have, if I'm popping up in your feed right now and you think, oh, that's spontaneously, and I would like to know more about implementation, how to create a background, then please join. And I just think okay, someone is not finding me. I'm okay, I am live in the group. Just leave me a comment here, and for everyone watching me, please give StreamYard permission to use your name. So yeah, I see that I'm live in the group. Sorry for that. And oh my goodness. Okay. I can see that I'm live in a group now. Okay. if you want to interact with me, then all you have to do is come join the live and say hello in the comments and give StreamYard permission to use your name. So the thing is that StreamYard is probably telling you this in German for whatever reason. I don't know. I switched to English, but I don't know if it worked. So the only thing that StreamYard is doing right now is asking you to use your name. Otherwise, you pop up as a Facebook user in my comments. So I'm just checking. That was confusing a bit. Sorry for that technical issues. This is why I'm switching there and back from StreamYard to Facebook, and just to check that everything is fine for you and you can watch me. But I think that should be okay now. And if you're watching live, please say hello and tell me where you're watching from, and tell me if you have already watched day 1 and day 2. If you could watch that. And today we want to talk about implementation. So I hope it's working right now. Yeah. And then I would say let's jump into the topic. And let's talk about implementation, because now we have worked on day 1 on the whole style, on our authenticity, on our authentic style. In day 2, I showed you how you can now turn it into visual appearance, into a design based on a concept. And today we want to implement everything. And you see, this is my third background in 3 days. So you see how fast and how easy you can really come up with complete different designs. And again, if you're watching, please say hello in the comments and give StreamYard permission to use your name so I can address you directly. Okay. And the first, I always try to share a bit of a mindset, because I think having a good mindset is always a good start, and it's always helping you to do the next step, especially if you want to develop yourself as a brand. And one one mindset I want to share with you. That is, control your screen. Control your screen is so super important. Why is it so super important? Because everything that is going on is happening on screen. Okay, everything is happening on screen, and not around. Everything that is around that screen does just not exist. So everything that you want to share with your audience is happening on screen. and therefore you need to control that screen. And I would like to share something with you, and that is, I'm not sure if you know her. So this is the Little Mermaid, and the Little Mermaid is a super famous site in Copenhagen. So Copenhagen is so famous for that story because Danish author Hans Christian Andersen, he invented the story. It was not Disney. Okay, Disney just took it as an inspiration and made something completely different out of it. But the original story took place in Denmark, in Copenhagen, and this is the statue of the Little Mermaid. It's directly there in the harbor, and that is an image that you normally see when you are looking in some prospects, or you are looking a blog or a blog post about Copenhagen, and they're telling you what are the most famous sites there, and you have to go there. And then you see that a little bit romantic pose here, where the Little Mermaid is sitting on a rock all alone by her own, directly in the sea. So that is the image, the tourist image that people have when they come to Copenhagen. That is what Copenhagen makes sure is transported into the world. Okay, so we've been there a few years ago, and it's not like it does not look like that. So I can tell you, because I made this picture from above, so directly onto the Little Mermaid, and then you see the sea around. And of course I didn't show you everything, but I thought maybe it's interesting to have a closer look, so I made another picture. And that is the reality. That is how it really looks like there. Okay, and it really looks super crowded. Okay, it's not that you just can go there and make a picture from the Little Mermaid and no one else is there. It's really super crowded. So this is how it actually looks like. And I made both pictures at the same time. But on one picture, I didn't want to have other people on the picture, so I was looking for an angle where I could kind of avoid the whole crowd and just have my focus on the Little Mermaid. And you see that it had to be, so I had to step up a bit and then make the picture from above down there. And then I said, okay, I have to show at home how it's really going on right there. And the thing is, I decided on both pictures what I want to share. So the first picture is all about the Little Mermaid, and I control this view onto the Little Mermaid. And the second is how it really is. So it is in my control what I'm going to share in my picture. Okay, and another example that we all know. So everyone who has ever been to Venice, I don't know how many people have been. I'm pretty sure we have people from from Italy here, Italian people. You can say hello or ciao in the comments. I'm super happy about that. And we all know nice pictures from Venice. It's always very romantic, a bit old-fashioned, and we see those gondolas, and it makes such a very nice romantic atmosphere. Okay, this is also a picture that I have done there. I've been a few times to Venice, and every time I think it gets a little bit more crowdier. Okay, the crowd is really breathtaking there. So now I have again a real picture, and that is actually what it looks like. Oh, sorry, no, I didn't want to remove that. this is when you think on Venice, then we think of, oh, there are no cars because there are no streets. It's only surrounded by water in the canale and so on. And therefore there is no traffic jam. Of course, they have traffic jams because so many gondolas are out there. So they have a traffic jam with gondolas. Okay, so they come all together, then they have to wait until the first is moving forward and the next can catch up and so on. So this is a picture Venice is not sharing so many times, yeah, because it's fully crowded with a gondola. So do not have that romantic. It's a beautiful town, so I don't know, say don't go to Venice. It's amazing there, yeah, but don't have that romantic imagination that it's just for you there. Gondolas are waiting for you. No, everyone else wants to take them, and this is what's coming out. But again, when I've done both pictures, then I've controlled what I want to share. So we had, that was just, I think, one turn into one of the side channels, and but like I said, normally this is how it looks like. Okay, very, very crowded. And therefore it's so important to control your screen, because here you have full power. Here you have the power. You decide what you're going to show on your screen and what you leave out for your audience. Because for them, everything that is not on screen does not exist. It only exists what you show on screen. And therefore, so it's important to not only take care, but really create this stage for your business and take full control of your screen. So that is something that you can make your decision on when it's all about your brand and how to present your brand and how to present yourself and your business. So here is the place where you can take control. Okay, let me know if that makes sense for you, because then I want to do so. I want to talk a little bit about the setup that is in front of you. Okay, my screen is a little bit jumping there and back, so sorry, makes me nervous. I have two screens, just to let you know, one here and one the other to check. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look on the setup in front of us. It's so important. Why is that important? Because only when you have properly done setup in front of you, you can take care of the background. Okay, so the setup in front of you comes first. That means that you need to find a place where that you want to use for your videos, for your video appearances. And that means that is not automatically your working space. You can separate that. You can take it and say, okay, this is where I'm working, and I also want to use it for my videos because it's prepared and everything is fine here, then do that. But when you say before you start, doing something that doesn't feel well for you, and you can not either work here but also not really do the videos, then it's better to separate the places. You have your working space, that's fine, and then find a place where you can set up your camera, set up your light, and sit in front of the camera, and that works fine for you. So I had a client, she once told me, it's just she did not really separate it, but she moves when she shows up in front of the camera, then she moves about half a meter aside, and this step aside makes her feel so much more focused to the camera, because she has the feeling she's stepping now into her studio. Okay, so there was the working space, and here she just added a bit of a second table to it, and then made everything up there. And she said it's not this annoying her anymore during her work. So otherwise, when you have too much stuff around, then it can disturb you and annoy you while you're working. So it's probably a good idea to separate it. Or it's working fine for you and you have enough space, then turn your working space also into your studio. Okay, that is up to you, but it's also something in your mind that I wanted to be aware that you are aware of, so that you can definitely separate your working space and your studio space. Okay, and then try to find a space where everything is working fine. And yesterday we talked about the distance between in a room. So don't think so much in a room, especially when you are teaching and sharing knowledge and you want to use your background as a board. Then you will you must have a board, and therefore you are going to look for a wall. So I had one question, I think Deborah was it, she asked me, what is a wall background? A wall background is just that you're sitting in front of a wall, okay, or something that is in front of the wall. So it doesn't have to be the wall, because I don't want you to ruin anything. You can create something that is in front of the wall. What I mean is that this is a real one, by the way. Yeah, so you have something here, you have about this distance, it's 1 arm length, and not more, just to avoid shadows, because when I go closer, you see, here I create some shadows, so I need to move a little bit forward. Then I have that very nice look and that very nice angle for the camera. Camera is in eye level, so I can look into my camera. In my case, I have an external camera. You can of course use your the laptop camera or your webcam. I'm not such a big friend of the webcam, because with the webcam you cannot really zoom your picture. And sometimes you need that, especially when you show up in Zoom. Then it's the same word, I know. Then you need to zoom out a bit, because Zoom is making everything bigger than necessary. Okay, but it's fine when you have a laptop camera. The thing is, it's about the camera, not about the laptop. So you're not using really the laptop. You have to take care of the camera. It's the camera on eye level, or maybe a little bit above your eye level. That's great. But do not look down into the laptop, and then you have that weird angle where you're showing just your ceiling. So bring it up to eye level. The same goes for the light. And exception is when, like me, I have glasses. A few of you have glasses, I know that. And then you have that reflection spots, and you have to bring up the light a little bit above you. So when you are looking straight into the camera, like I do right now, then they are gone. But the moment I move, that I always have them on my glasses. I know that. I try to avoid that, but it's really, really difficult. You probably will never get rid of them. You can try with 2 lights from the side to avoid that. But the thing is, normally you need to have the space for that, and not everyone has that. So I have one light box in front of me that is a little bit above me, so that it makes a very nice light here. And yeah, I'm dealing with the reflection spots. That's how it works. And the third tip is, if you're using a chair, do not go for, I make myself comfortable no matter what, and I don't care how it looks like. I see a lot of people, they have a nice setting, and then they come up with a gaming chair because it's comfortable, and everything is ruined because all I see is their back. So choose a chair that you don't sit so much on that chair. You don't work there. It's just for the video, your video presentation here. And therefore go for a chair with a low back. So you see my back. Is it visible? No. See here. It's the end of my back. So I have a back, but it's very low. And therefore it doesn't annoy me. It doesn't disturb the whole presentation here. Okay. Any questions to that? That was very much about the furniture and the setting. Then we can go to the next. And okay, so I don't want to share today. I didn't want to share too much of too many pictures here, too many visuals, too many screen visuals. I didn't want to bother you with all that, because I've done that 2 days now, and you know how that looks like. But today I want to become a little bit more practical. And the only thing I'm doing right now is, okay, yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you're watching me. Please let me know if you can see me in the group. If I'm showing up in the group, something is irritating here. Okay, however, yeah, I wanted to become a little bit more practical here and really do something with the background and show you how I'm doing it. So I have my concept, of course. So my concept means that I need space for myself. I need space for my information which is here. So I have always something like a board here. Does not have to be a physical board, can just be a free space, okay, where I do not show any designs, and I bring up my design, my branding design over here. And then here we have the solid message, which is my name and what I'm doing. And yes, you can also, of course, add your logo. And here are the flexible messages. That means I let you know what it's about here. This is the background challenge. We have day 3. And then I come up with, especially when I need the space, I just remove that. Yeah. And then I have the whole space here free for my informations. Okay. So, and here I come up with all my pictures, like you have seen it before. So the question is, what have I done here? I will remove now this, and I will remove now this. So these are digital visuals that always have a combination of a real background, and then I'm using a free software called OBS to insert my text and my images and my videos and whatever I use here. You can also share your screen there. You can also paint directly on the screen. So many possibilities and options that StreamYard is not StreamYard, sorry, that OBS is offering you. Okay, but you need actually you need a base for that. Okay, you need a base for that. When everything is digital, it's just too much, and then it looks freaky and it looks just not real. So you need to have a real background based on your concept, based, of course, on your design and on your style, and then you use it as a board. And what I have here behind me, that is felt. It's a material I really love a lot. You can get it in many colors. And the thing with felt is that is not reflecting so much. So you see it has a really smooth surface, and it looks very nice even when the light is coming up. There sometimes fabrics, when they are like satin or silk, then they can create reflecting spots. So you have to be careful with what kind of materials are you using. Should always be matte, or you just check on screen. Okay, you have to check everything on screen, if it's working, if it's not working. Okay, so here I have this free space, and here I've done, this is my base. Okay, all I have done is attached it to my wall with some pins. If you don't want to use your wall because it's not possible, because you don't have a free space wall, everything is stuffed with furniture, everything is stuffed with, I don't know, bookshelves and high boards and boards and shelves and closets, and there is no free space. Okay, then you need to create a wall in front of the wall. And of course, I do not mean that you have to build up a second wall. No, what I mean is that you have to that you have to go and find something like a board that is big enough and high enough that it covers your whole background on screen. So don't go mad and think that you need to go out and look for a huge board. That is not necessary. All you have to do is that you measure out, and you can do that by just checking in the screen. Here is point 1. Here is the another one. Here's the other corner. Here's the other corner. 4 corners. Then you measure that and give a little additional space for security. And then you go and look around. Can be something made of wood. Can be something made of plastic. However, it's just something that, or a cork wool. I have a cork wool. I love that. Something where you can attach something onto it. So I see one comment from Felice. Hi, Felice. Okay, that's weird. I was watching live on your profile. You asked if you're visible in the group. You're live in both, I think. Yeah, that was the option that StreamYard is giving me. I'm also live on YouTube. Okay, I hope. I don't know. I couldn't check it, but I think so. So we have the base, and the base doesn't even have to fill the whole space, because it's just necessary to somewhere here, because there's something else. Here is space for my design. And now I can become very, very creative and try to think, where can I put on my design? My design does not have to be necessarily attached onto the wall. So what I have here, and I'm revealing the secret right now. Drum rolls, please. Okay, so what I have here, is a Canva. Oops, I hope you can see that. That's covered. It's just a simple Canva. Here we go. Yep. And this is a how do you call that? Self-glued kind of wallpaper. So it sticks here. The whole space is sticky. All you need to do is bring it onto the Canva. And then I've done another design once, and therefore I needed to come up with the rubber bands here. Yeah. You can play around with that, and you have all power in your hand, because now you can try out on the Canva with your design what looks best for you. You can go and look for some wallpapers, tapestries, fabrics with some nice prints. Can be really anything. You can just go open-minded around and have a look what matches to your style, what matches to your design, what can work. And don't do anything on your wall. Just bring it onto that Canva. That's all. And what I have here, just to show you, it's a very simple easel. That is what I have here. It's just an easel. And now you see that the dark pink is not even covering the whole space. It's not necessary to go crazy for large sizes. No, you can divide your space into 2 or 3 parts, and then you just take care for this 2/3 and 1/3 part. And then I have that easel. I hope it was here. And all I have done is I brought up, this Canva. And then, again, you check. You check on screen. No one is guessing first what it is, and second that it's not even on the wall. Because you have a straight look, you do not see from the side that there is an angle and that it's just leaning. You have that straight look in front. There's a front look, yeah, directly onto the design, and then you can come up with the title here and just over that, okay, as an overlay. That is one possibility. There's just a very, very easy way to bring up something nice looking. And that is when you, because we had the concept yesterday, when you decided to go for an abstract looking background. So nothing real. When you're real, then I said yesterday, you're always limited on the furniture that you're using, okay? But when you go for the abstract one, then you can design actually anything, yeah? And this is what I've done here. So we just have the pattern here and the color here. That's it. Very simple, done. Doesn't cost a lot. What have I paid here? I don't know, maybe 20 altogether. 20 euro, dollars, something like that. Okay, it's really, really, you can look around what is at home and try to use that if it's something that is attached to, it goes aligned with your brand. Okay, so another idea is, I have to prepare it here, is when you want to bring in some living room atmosphere without showing the living room, then you have to kind of fake the living room, because what happens with furnitures, the thing is, furnitures are never in the right height and never in the right side. Normally, let's say you have a very nice looking high board, you can never show that because the angle is not correct. You just see the top of it, and then it's maybe too large or it's maybe too small, so it's never in the right side. What I say when I say control your screen is, of course, now you have full control of everything, also on the shapes and the sizes that you are using, that you need here. And let's say you want to create an living room atmosphere, but you do not want to come up with a high board and a few vases, then all you have to do is to fake the vase. Okay, this is what I've done here. I just cut out a very simple shape that is so easy done. It's just a circle and then this triangle. And here I have double-sided, what you call that? Forgot it. I don't know. So something that is sticky, okay? And it sticks very well on felt. Felt has a really, really great advantage, and that is that it everything sticks so easily, okay? And you can now, I mean, let's pretend it's the other way around, and you do not need that for your as a message board. And you want to include some nice looking designed furniture, you know, living room style, sorry. And then you come up with, you can now start decorating that. Okay, now you have a vase. Yeah, you can fill that. Very easy with simple shapes. Really, keep it simple, okay? Here we go. And that's it. You can, of course, fix it with some needles before everything is coming down, but actually it should hold here. It's fixed here. So very easy. You can come up even with maybe a second color. I don't know. You can exaggerate, go fully in, maximalism. Okay. Then I would probably fix that with a needle. Make it invisible. Oops. So, okay, now it's fixed. And you bring in some warm, inviting atmosphere. You can play around with that. You can try out different shapes of vases. You can try out different flowers, different leaves. I don't know. You can be very creative. What did it cost me? I don't know, €2 something in some decoration store. And this is just I'm using it's not styrofoam, it's rubber foam. Yeah. Here, because it's more soft and it's not, you cannot damage it so easily like paper, but of course you can use paper for that. Make it easy, try it out, and find out what works best for you. So just see, whoops, and all done. So what I also love to use, and what I used, Felice is saying smart. Thank you, Felice. That's so lovely of you. I love you. Yeah. Okay. What I really, really love to use are placemates. So I'm a little bit obsessed with placemates because they have so many advantages. And what I used in my first video background with the gray is a placemat like that. And you see this nice design. So I never go for the product, what it is. I always go for shapes and colors. That's all that is interesting me. I'm not interested in what it's for. It's just only the shape and the color interest me. In this case, it had that very nice. You can turn it around, then you have the white thing. Okay. I used, because it was nicer looking on the gray, that silver surface. And all you need to do is now you think not as the circle, but you think as a one design piece. And now you check on the screen where you can fix that. Oops. And and you add another one maybe here. Okay. Or maybe you don't want to overlap that just a little bit. You come up here. So for that, you can fix it outside of the screen. Yeah, no one sees your needles. And you bring in only these shapes. And what I've done above is that I cut it out so that only a piece of that is visible. And then you can come up and play around, and you can make more pieces from one placemate. So one placemate costed me €1, which is around $1. So I bought 4 placemates. Investment was €4. And done. So you have to start thinking in shapes, in colors, in surfaces, instead of what is it? It's not made for that. I don't care. I don't care if it's made for that or if it's not made for that. I really don't care. I love packaging materials. So packaging materials is like that. That is styrofoam. Okay, styrofoam has a very big advantage. It is very lightweighted. That means that you can do almost everything out of it. You can attach that, and even also only with needles. And all you have to do is you cover it, and you can cover it with wrapping paper. You can cover it with wallpaper like this one, the black and white one, and then you have a flexible element that can be used as a board, like a high board. So when you come, take that. I covered this with, this is a very simple wrapping paper, nothing else, just wrapping paper. And now you can attach that, that looks nice, just with needles, and then bring some bases, maybe real small bases, I've done that once, onto that board. So I would cover that again, and create something that looks like a board but is no board. Okay, it's lightweighted, it's easy to touch, it's exactly in the size you need it, it's exactly in the height you need it, and you can create a kind of a living room atmosphere here without actually showing the living room, and it makes it look so outstanding. Yeah, you really will stand out, and people will remember that, and they feel welcome, like they would step into your living room, but you don't have to show and share your privacy. Okay, that was some action going on here. Any questions to that? You can come up with your questions if you have them from what you can use for your home. You can. I really want you to be open-minded. Go with an open mind into decoration stores, into I don't know, some fabric stores, into home improvement stores, and all you need to do is that little space, and that is not a large space behind you. All you have to do is come up with a nice idea and try out. I cannot tell you. So also when I'm working with my clients, I cannot say that will be the final result. We have to try it out. So I always ask my clients to come up with a few things, and then we try out, and then we have a look. How does it look on the screen? You never know. You never know when you stand in front of the product and you think, oh, that is super nice, but once the light is on, can completely ruin everything. I had that. And on the other side, I had so many things where I thought, would never work or so. And then it worked just fine on screen. Okay, but you have always check on screen, and also build your background in front of the screen. Do not stand in front of the background or your wall and start designing without checking. It's not going to work. Once you put on your camera, it looks completely different. You need to know where to put all the things. You need to have control of your screen, and therefore always do it while checking, looking directly into the screen. I always check same time. Okay, any questions to that? To materials, to design elements? Anything. You can, of course, when you say I want to be creative, buy an empty canvas, and buy some colored spray and spray something on that. You can come up really with everything. Be creative and creative. I just recently had a very nice discussion about creativity with someone, and because she always said she's not creative, I said creativity is not being artistic. Creativity is finding solution for a problem. We are all solution finders. When you are in online business and you share your knowledge and your screens, then I'm pretty sure you find any kind of solutions for your clients, and therefore you are creative. Okay, creative mind is someone who finds a solution for a problem. It's not artistic. Artistic is something else, but it can be so much fun to play around a bit with colors, be bold, Go out with your branding, go out with your colors. I want to see that. I can remember you have only advantages from that, only benefits. Why? Because you are standing out. You really stand out. You become visible, recognizable. That is so valuable. You have a visual trademark here, and it's so valuable that people remember you and connect you with all the rest of the content when everything matches together. Okay. Any questions to that? Then I would like to introduce you to my new program, if you allow me, and that is Screen Magic. Screen Magic is my new program. It's called From Webinar to Seminar, and we're doing actually exactly what I have shown you in 3 days. That means we are defining very precisely your style. We are taking that style onto your video background, and we are creating, I take you by the hand and I help you to come up with at least a simple looking but outstanding and branded video background for your business. It's the stage for your business, and I'm teaching you how to come up with a concept that works for you, depending on if you're sharing knowledge and sharing your skills on screen and you want to ditch slides. Slides are boring, I can tell you. And this is something where you really stand out. For the one, you attract the right people and you can share your knowledge directly on screen. That means I'm teaching you how to take the content and turn it into screen visuals. So I'm not working with slides. I'm avoiding them completely because they're just taking over the screen. I do not want to lose the control for that. And I know that it's working. It's just much more captivating when you come up with something that is moving here. Screen visuals, that is very, very flexible, and you can create a whole story here. Okay. Then, of course, you get a screen training because I know it's not so easy to come up with the whole technique. The thing is, there is no additional investment necessary because the software that I'm using, OBS, is for free. All you need to know is how to use it. So it's not about the tool, it's about how to use the tool, okay? And what you need to have, of course, is a program. You need to have a program that you want to promote in a webinar, in a challenge, in a masterclass, in a workshop, in a bootcamp, doesn't matter how you call that. And once you want to promote that, but want to do it in a really new, captivating, outstanding way, then I'm teaching you how to set up OBS, how to insert text and images, videos. You can also share your screen and you can draw directly on screen. So really, really a lot of options that you have here. And this is a very interesting number that I found in a study. They really made a study, and that is the popularity of a slide presentation. Maybe we have a look on that, because it was a European study, but I think it works also for other countries too. And that says that 80% of the webinar hosts, let's call it webinar, and you know what I mean, okay? And I include everything else too, so challenge and masterclass and so on. So 80% of the webinar hosts love to visualize their content by using slides. But there is another number, and that is the more interesting number. And that means that 80%, it's the same number of your viewers hate them. They find them just boring. They hate watching slides. And the thing is, because we see so much, first, everyone is thinking that they're visualizing with on slides, but your audience find them super boring. Why is that so boring? Because normally I see so many slides that are not visualizing content. Visualizing content is something completely different. They come up just with the same text and then they repeat the text that is on screen, and people do not need you to repeat a text that they can read for themselves anyway. So that is not visualizing, coming up with a few keywords on and a few matching images on a slide. Visualizing something completely different. Okay. And what really happens when you're doing a webinar is not that people doze off and fall asleep. No, but when nothing is happening on the screen, that is supernatural. When nothing is happening, the screen doesn't count, then attractions coming in and people go for them. They say, I don't have to look on a screen. I can check my emails. I can have a conversation on WhatsApp, or I can open up another tab. I can watch, I don't know, kitten videos on YouTube. I don't know. Some putting on the headphones and then they leave the screen and drink coffee or start to do something else. I don't know. The thing is, once they leave, they take their attention with them. And what you need in order to make a sale in your webinar is that you need the full attention. You need the full attention of your audience. Otherwise, it's not possible to turn them into paying clients. So your job is to do everything that you can do to avoid that people are leaving the screen. Okay, and therefore you have to bring in the action directly on the screen. And you have seen it now 3 days, and you can think for yourself if you like that better than having a slide. And the other thing that comes with a slide is that let's say this is a slide, then this is what's happening. The slide is taking over the whole screen. I'm somewhere here. Normally, every software is putting you somewhere into the corner, and you lose the physical direct visual connection to your audience. So I'm somewhere here, and people are just watching the slide and listen to what you're saying. Now I'm saying popularity 80% and so on. It's just a repetition. It's just a repetition. It's not visualizing. Visualizing is something else. Visualizing is really telling a story on screen. And that is what I'm teaching. And before I want to, she is here, Felice. Hi, Felice. She is my client. She went through screen magic, sorry. And I hope you forgive me that I'm always coming up with this story, but I'm so proud of you. And she had a masterclass. This is how it looked like before using screen. And now you see what actually happens is that the slide is taking over and she disappeared somewhere in a corner. She never made a sale with her masterclass. And then we worked it. We took the content and turned that into visuals, into screen visuals. And the thing is that by visualization, your text is not that you bring your text onto the screen. That is not what's going to work for you and for your audience. You need to visualize the meaning of the text. What does your text mean? And we find out the meaning of the text, the key message, and then turn that into a visual, tell a story directly on the screen. And that is how she looked after that. She had everything directly on the screen. You see now how much she is connected with her audience. And she could make a sale, and she sold 2 of her programs with only 50 attendees. So it's not about the big numbers. She had only 50 attendees, and she could make a high ticket sale 2 times and made 6.6K revenue. And that is so amazing. I'm so proud of her. And she's saying, yeah, she loved it. I'm so happy about that, how that works. And all you have to do is, here we are. Is when you're interested in learning this, it's a 3-month program, a 1-to-1 program, because that is a really intense work together. You have a program, you want to promote it successfully, even if you don't have the big numbers, even if you don't have the big audience, it's going to work. And we are taking your content from the program and visualize that directly on screen. You get the full screen training from me. And because that is really an intense work for the next 3 months, but actually you decide the speed because it's one-to-one. When you say you want to learn it much quicker, then we can do that. And all you have to do is hop on a call with me, because I have only capacities for 5 clients. I cannot take more than 5 clients. If you want to be one of the clients, and if you want to sell your program in your next webinar or challenge, then I would say now it's the right time to schedule a call with me. All you need to do is say, yes, me interested, talk, schedule call. You can choose in the comments. I understand. I can direct it to you and send you the link, and let's hop on a call. I mean, the only thing that when you say, okay, no, that it's not for me, then we had not only a nice chat, but I'm pretty sure that I can leave you with a few suggestions, and a few ideas. I know that we can have a nice exchange, and I give you this on the way always. Everyone who is talking with me goes away with at least an inspiration. Okay, so all I have to do is say, yes, I'm interested. I send you the link, and let's hop on a call and talk together, and let's see how we can turn your content into captivating screen visuals directly on the wall, so that you do not lose your connection to your audience and you can turn them into paying clients. Okay, I give you a few more moments. If you have any questions, you can leave me that. That was a little bit shorter than the other ones, but I think, or I hope, that you had your takeaways. You can leave me, give me feedback. I always happy to hear about that. That I could leave you with a few ideas on what you can do really with easy steps, not a lot of investment. And even if you don't have a large room, that when you found your space, I promise you, it doesn't have to be a lot of space, can be done very easy. And then let's take care of your content and captivate your audience. Okay, so Felice is saying program is pure gold. Mwah. Thank you, Felice. You are golden too, I know that. And I would say I thank you so much for watching. Your task is actually only to come up with your questions. If you have any questions about materials design and your background, leave them all in the group, in the comments. I'm happy to help you. And if you're interested in a program, come to the Screen Magic. Only 5. I can take only 5. So it's pretty good when you make the decision now, because once they're closed, then when the spots are gone, I close the door. So I say thank you for watching so much. It was so much fun to do this challenge with you. I hope it was fun for you too. I hope it was fun watching it. I hope you could take something out of it and leave me a feedback. I'm always happy about that. I say thanks for watching. Bye bye.